and wit using a smart technique and strategy or fixing and flipping or wholesaling properties. Now, it's my understanding that a lot of people have looked down the avenue of saying, hey, this is something I want to do. I want to do real estate. I just don't know how to get started. I want to get in real estate. I need a coach. I want to get in real estate. Where to begin? And what I would say is to begin with the thought pattern that, hey, let's learn, earn, and return. Let me learn from someone else. Let me earn some money and let me return back as a coach. I guess I can see myself right now. All right, I can't do this in this mirror. All right, this window. All right, got it, whatever. All right, nonetheless, I'm only dressed up because I just came from a networking event and it looked like my screen is a little foggy, right? But nonetheless, we're going to go and get at it. So this is about me helping you with a planning path to help you understand real estate from another standpoint. I would like that standpoint to be that, hey, that's now, grow your future so that you can have a successful life and pathway, right? So that's the goal tonight. The goal, I stepped ahead. So if we can give you a step-by-step plan to be able to get started in real estate and make money while you learn, and then once you get great, come back and be a coach. Do that sound like something realistic and it sound like a plan and a path that you'd like to be on? Well, that's exactly what we're saying to do. That's all we're asking you to do, right? Start now, invest now, grow your future by paying for our program, get inside our program, learn from us, teach your strategy, teach your techniques, get you good at what you're doing. Then from there, you go ahead and be successful in the business. And then you come back as a coach, or you start your own coaching business, right? Not about trying to do it just like us. It's about doing it your way after you're there. Now, agenda, right? Our agenda is really just one of our expectation, our objectives, who we are, my material. We'll talk more about that. Only thing you need is basically, let me not get ahead of myself. I will say that everybody in our program get a calendar, Google Drive calendar like that format, and we ask that you go home and you use it. You download it and you use it and you add information to it. All right. So that is a calendar that the Coach and the Coach program that we provide you with as a Google document. And that way you can do this on your own and have your schedule and be able to plan for how you're going to be successful with this business. All right. So if you're doing anything else in YouTube land, TikTok land, Twitter land, LinkedIn land, Facebook land, communities, please stop, listen to what I'm going to present real quick. And then, hey, once you get through, go back. I am like that. I do a lot of things at one time. Sometimes it's good to just focus at a time, right? Just focus on one thing at a time. That's what I would ask you to do. Now, the only thing you really need, and the most important thing you need, is an open mind, guys. Open mind. If you have an open mind, anything can happen. Anything's possible. But when you have a closed mind and saying, this is what I heard, and this is what they did, and this is what they done, and this is what happened to them, then guess what happens? Then you're not open to whatever the opportunity lay out. You kind of close off all those opportunities of what the possibilities can be. So that's the most important thing. Then yes, it's good to have a notepad or a phone or a computer or something to take notes with and then to take action, right? The most important thing I would say is, look, Michael Jordan is an awesome basketball player and probably the best that ever lived, but he had a coach. Muhammad Ali, one of the best boxers ever, but he had a coach, right? You have people in this world that's already great. Coach take them to another level. And that's why we need mentors. That's why we need guidance. And that's why we need somebody that's already done this before so that we can be able to do what we need to do better than how they did it. All right, so before I begin with a long story about who I am, I do have a link on YouTube. You can go to Invest Now. No, Williams Reality YouTube channel. Look up wholesaling, and I got a video showing you my first wholesale deal that I did. A little bit more about who I am. I am a school teacher by trade. I taught middle school for a long time, about 14 years before I got on active duty for a while. And with the active duty, I definitely try to influence people through, hey, the art of letting go the knowledge and helping other folks so that they can learn from you and they don't have the same pitfalls. One thing I found a lot of people to do in my lifetime is to kind of want other folks to learn the hard way and say they'll learn from that, or set people up to put in a situation where they either drown or they swim. I don't believe in that. I believe in giving you the go ahead and put the lifeguard vest out there. Go ahead and put all kind of things they can grab and hold on to just in case they start going down. It's there. Not I have to run and jump in the water to pull you out after you drink the little water. So the goal is to give you all the tools you need to be successful. They all around you. Now you may be swimming past them and still drowning because you won't reach and grab or reach out to somebody. That's the best way I can say it. But it's there for you, right? And we all met people in our lives that pretty much kind of put you out there and want you to call them for the next step. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. You like working with people like that? I do have people in my circle that is that guy. And I would say, hey, that's why we make a good team, because that person say, hey, I'm going to give you this step and you need to go do that and then come back for more. I'm one of those people says, here's all the way to do it. Now, what questions you have, I'm here. You got the tools. You have what it needs. You may not be able to use all of them right now. Have what it takes. So when you're ready for the next step, you ain't got to confine me. You just got to read a little bit. That's it. But the same token, I'm going to give it to you in small steps so you can grow. Right? I'm going to grow you, but you're going to have it. That's the difference with me, right? So that's what made me different than anybody else. All right, so why real estate, guys? In this world, we have things happen on a daily basis, right? We have hurricanes, we have tornadoes, we have forest fires. Unfortunately, when those things happen, then a part of that earth is gone, and it's gone for a long time, right? And when it's gone for a long time, that means that, hey, it's limited resources left. So those with that limited resources are allowed to use those resources for their benefits. So that's why real estate, for me, I say that, hey, as we keep getting older, and as the earth keep getting older, you keep having limited land space for people to stay on. So that resource is going to be higher because of that, right? With limited, then supply and demand, more people demand it, then they have to pay more for it. So that's why I say, hey, I want to get in real estate and buy as much as I can while I can. Now, more about why real estate than some of the benefits. If you decide to get in real estate, you can get higher cash returns on your money. Like, do you understand what higher cash returns? I buy stocks all the time, right? And when I buy stocks, I only get what the market allowed me to have. And that's whatever somebody did a formula on wherever world, out in the digital world, and say that, hey, this is only worth this today. Apple is good. Apple, the software is good every day, no matter what. But why on this day is down? Why on this day is up? Market analysis, it's supply and demand, or I don't know what it is. I don't care. I don't have control over it. But in real estate, I have control over my property. It's worth something every day. And it keep going up in value. It keep going up in value, right? So a higher return when you have rent, and many people will live in apartments, want to live in a house, and you have a certain amount of houses in a certain area, then you get paid more for that house because a lot of folks want to go to that house than the people that's in the apartment. That's tired of their doors getting dinged up, tired of people hanging out in front of their house. They don't even know them, right? They want their own yard with their own space, with their own door, with their own parking lot, so they don't have to worry about cars hitting their doors. They don't have to worry about people hanging out in front of their door of their apartment complex. When you have your single house, you got to worry about it. So there's reasons for that, right? Then you got tax advantages. Because you're doing something that gives back to the government ain't got to do it. All right? For instance, Section 8 housing. You're helping them out with a crisis. The people need houses. Government have money, and they don't need to go out there and try and find everybody, but you make a resource where they can find you easier. And now you helping the government out, so the government ain't got to worry about taking that person, and you get paid. A mayor, Mitch Coven, said one thing in the Fayetteville area, the mayor of Fayetteville. He said that if you want to make guaranteed money and make a lot of it, partner with the government. Section 8 housing, the way to partner with the government. Stop looking at it as the people you're getting and look at who you're partnering with. Somebody's going to support you to the end, and that's what you want in your life, right? Then you got like diversification. You don't have to only do one thing. You can be shopping in so many different markets. You can be a private money lender. You can be a note buyer. You can be a buy and hold person. And you can use the strategy of acquiring properties by writing a contract and selling the property to somebody else for a higher return, right? So you got diversification, you got a lot of different ways and a lot of different levels to making money in this business. All right, if that didn't work for you, right, you got something called appreciation, right? When you buy a property in certain areas today, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road, it's going to be worth so much more. If you don't believe what I just said, can you buy your grandma's house for the same price your grandma bought that house and your granddaddy bought that house? I'm listening, right? That house, no matter how much they paid for it 20, 30, 40 years ago, is worth more than what they paid for it now. And I don't care what neighborhood you're talking about. It's still worth more than what they paid for, right? So appreciation, stuff appreciate. If you buy houses in high metropolitan areas like DC, right, and you get a steal of a deal and you buy the low market value now, once you put some work in there, it's going to be above market value once you put the work into it. And if you sit and hold on it for a while, it's going to be worth so much more in the future because that's a small area. People want to live there and it's limited space. Again, supply and demand. People want to be in the DC area. They want to be close to Howard University. They want to be close to the White House. They want to be close to the IRS building, all the other nice areas down there. And they work down there and they don't want to drive and get stuck in traffic. So they pay more money to stay close by it. And then they're doing some kind of regionification in DC where they're taking all those low income areas and low areas and they remodeling those houses and they're making them high end. And now more people want to live close in and they steady pushing out. So the house that your grandma had and your granddaddy had is no longer there no more. Now it's a luxury townhouse. Now it's a luxury condo. Now it's a luxury gated community inside, right beside a low income area, right? Until they get over there and take that area, right? So that's kind of how it works. And I know some people be maybe using their morals and saying that's not fair. You're pushing them out. You're doing this and that. Guys, it's business and business gotta go and keep moving. It's still homes out there available. And that's why I like to do invest into places where I'm helping everybody. The low income, the middle class, and the upper class, because I don't think it should, I should diversify myself saying, hey, I don't want to work with one person, that's it, and that's all I have service. I'm servicing any and everybody that want to listen. I have a way to help people that got lazy money work for them. And I have a way to help people that don't have any money to use government money to give you a nice product to live in, right? So it's so many options, guys. And I guess I'll hit one more point on there, and I'm kind of telling you stories, as I said, so I just won't be reading the slides, but retirement. You have an opportunity to control your retirement. You have an opportunity to put as much money into your retirement by doing real estate. I'm glad you asked. I heard you say, how do you do that? Buy property. You invest into properties and you let it appreciate over years. And now you're building your own retirement. That's your stock. Every property you bought is an individual stock that's built up over time. If I buy Apple stocks right now, over time it grows. So a lot of times it's going down. A lot of times it's going down, then it goes up, and then it goes down, then it goes up, and it goes down, then it goes up. But you know what? It's still higher than what it was when I first bought it. But in real estate, you buy today, and it just keep on doing this. Small dips. And the small dips are stuff like when interest rates go up or something like that. Not really nothing that's going to really blow your mind, right? When certain things happen in communities, hey, maybe a little dip that some people start selling a little bit, right? Or people not selling at all. So it may get a flat line, but most part are going up because supply and demand. Supply and demand, right? So that we're talking about, that's a retirement account, guys. Imagine buying 10 properties over the next 2 years or 5 years or however long it take you to buy 10 properties. And then all of a sudden you hold those for another 15 years and then you sell them all at one time. Now you got money to live off for the rest of your life. I wouldn't do it that way. I may sell off 5 of them and let them 5 pay off whatever note I have left. And I live those free and clear and let that money come to me. And now I have money coming in monthly, right? In addition to my retirement I already have with the military or with my regular job or whatever else I got. All right, so guys, I gave a lot of information at one slide. As you can see, I don't mind giving it to you. Ways to invest in real estate. You have passive, you have active. Passive people is that say, hey, I have money in the bank. My bank account is fat and it needs to get skinny. So I'm going to invest this money out of my bank, make it a little skinny for a little while, into a product by letting a person do fix and flip, use your money to work on a product. They end up selling that product on a fix and flip, and then the profit they pay you off plus interest. Now your bank account is full again, but fatter, right? That's the way your money working for you and you're not working for your money. You steady working your 9 to 5, you steady hanging out at home, you steady retired, you steady doing this, but you're putting your money in someone else's investment and you're investing it smart and wisely because you're not doing any work. You got nothing but money working for you. And then it come back as a return with more money. Now, that fix and flipper person that's actually out there managing the work getting done, that's out there finding products, that's out there writing contracts, those people are the active investors. They're the one that's actually talking to the seller, the buyer, the title company, the real estate agent. They're the one that's actually going to the bank and talking back and forth to the bank, coordinating the money. They're the ones that doing the transaction, the sweat equity in there. And they're using their money too because they got to drive back and forth. You're not paying them, you're paying in the investment. So they still got to drive back and forth. They still got to negotiate. They still got to talk. And they still got to buy certain things for certain people. Your money is just going as a private money lending for the material probably cost or the down payment to get the asset to be able to build it up. So that's what your money is working on. It's not paying their pockets, right? It's not paying them a pocket money, right? All right. So types of different real estate investing. You have short-term rentals. A lot of folks love short-term rentals, right? They love the fact that you can do, I forgot the traveling nurses that come in by a bank, by the hospital. You have an opportunity to buy properties near a hospital, remodel these things, put some beds in there, put some just furnish it, right? Furnish finders, that's what it is. So you furnish the property near a hospital, you put a lock on each bedroom door that's different, and then that way that the people can rent an individual room and they can be comfortable and they'll be there as a traveling nurse. And every time they come back to that facility, they have somewhere to stay. That's a great way to help out. You also have folks that now, since the cost of living is keep rising, interest rate keep on rising, then you have some people that saying, hey, I'd rather live with someone than to pay all these bills by myself. And they'll like to split the cost so they can have more money in their pocket and not all their money going towards electric bill, water bill, gas bill, utilities, all the utilities bills, internet, plus mortgage, plus keep the yard cooked, plus all this. So they rather partner up, stay in one property, and save more money. That's pure space living. You have people like me that like to do the wholesale strategy and like to teach folks the wholesale strategy. Why do you teach the wholesale strategy? This is how you learn. It's the first part of learning. If you learn the art of putting a house under contract for the right price, you have just learned the art of making money off the bat. Everybody say you make money when you buy. When you buy, you make money, right? When you sell, you see the profits. So if you buy it at the wrong price, you lost money. The wrong price, you lost money. But if you buy the right price, you really just made money because they have equity. And when you have equity, sometimes it's great to trade off some of that equity to somebody else. So, case in point, $100,000 house, you put in a contract for $30,000 at $70,000 worth of equity. You put in a contract for $30,000 worth of $100,000 market value. You wholesale it for $50,000. That's 50% off that this person in his house. You got $20,000 now of equity you're keeping that you're going to cash out whenever they finish that process out. And that's just working with two different entities, a seller and a buyer. And then you work with the third entity, which is the title company or the attorney, right? And they the one that's going to give you the check for that difference. Guys, it's a beautiful thing when you can do that, when you know how to do that, and you do it over and over and over and over again. You made $20,000 off of one transaction. Or Maybe you don't want to do all the contract. You don't want to talk to people because you're uncomfortable talking about a contract. Then you're uncomfortable talking to buyers. You're uncomfortable with somebody hanging in your face because they say, how do you find my number? I didn't call, you don't call me. I ain't calling nobody no more. I don't want to call. Whatever, guys. Maybe that make you uncomfortable. But people that's comfortable with calling people, say, hey, I see you have a house that's vacant. Tell me the story about it. Hey, I see you have a house that's vacant. I would like to assist you with that. Hey, what are your plans for this house that's vacant? That's all. I don't know you. Click. Oh, okay, fine. Call somebody else. Not get mad, not get turned up. But if you can make 20 grand off one transaction, just imagine that. Because you're not scared to do those things. Have somebody hang up on your face. That's the worst that can happen. Somebody cuss you out, and maybe another bad thing can happen. But nonetheless, 20 grand if you can get past all your fears of somebody saying something ugly to you. That's all I'm saying. 5 grand, 2 grand off of one transaction. You can do 10 a week, 10 a day if you're that great. You set your limits. Again, you decide how much money you want to make, and you go out there and you make it by grinding. But you got to get past that fear of talking to people, past that fear of negotiating, past that fear of what is a contract and how scary it is, past the fear of talking to attorneys, past the fear of all that. And that's why I want to practice with you and help you to do. Get past it so you can make massive money, which is what I say is minimum of 10 grand a month. A minimum of 10 grand, a minimum of 10 grand, 5-figure formula. All right. And that's a good chance for me to tell y'all again about 5-figure formula. Go on Facebook. Go to Facebook, find 5-figure formula, join that group. Join that group. That's a group where all the investors going to be going and will going and are going. 5-figure formula. Join that group. Let's talk real estate. Let's partner. Let's JV, joint venture, and work together. Right? Then you have some beautiful opportunities out there to be able to have creative financing by buying properties or selling properties creatively. I will be honest and be transparent. Any property that I have, I plan on selling it to the person that's renting from me in the near future. Whenever that time comes, I will ask them for a seller. I want to do a seller finance to them. Right? I want to help with home ownership. And my way of helping home ownership, after we worked together for so many years, then I trust you, you trust me, you know what you're living in, you know what you got. Let's go ahead and make it official and let that be yours. Right? That's how that works. And that's my plan. And I already told you about fix and flips with private investors, people bringing their money in to help fund that deal, whether it's to acquire the deal as a down payment, your money will go, whether it's your money going to fix on a property, whether it's your money going to just pay the labor throughout the property while you have other means paying for the other piece. So it's all on how your business model is and your business structure is and how you do that. Everybody got different steps. I'm not going to go through all that a million times, but the most important thing is your lazy money can work for you. Your IRA money can work for you. Your retirement money can work for you. Money and insurance policy, your whole life policy can work for you. Your equity in your house can work for you. I can name several ways that you have private money sitting right there in your asset ready for to be grabbed. Assets ready to be grabbed right there, accessible to you. That's what I would look for. Accessible right now. All right. So I kind of went through a lot already. This presentation is pretty much should be pumped up. You should be excited about it. But I'm going to dig even deeper. We're going to go even deeper, deeper, deeper. So Investing Now 2021, we on YouTube. This recording is on YouTube. You're probably looking at it on YouTube. This recording is on Facebook, 5-figure formula. This recording is Investing Now Facebook group as well. And we're on LinkedIn and probably Twitter as well. So this recording is going out to a lot of different places because we want a lot of people to know that we exist to help you get started. Now, I'm going to say the 4 Ds, right? You have death, you have divorce, you have diseases, right? Then you got debt release, right? You can do all kind of Ds, right? So death, people die, and when they die, unfortunately, they don't have to live in that property no more. So when they die, that means that now they passed on. Now the house is in probate if they had no one back that they willed it over to, or that they already had as in a trust or what have you. So now it's in probate. Now you got to do a process with lawyers to acquire that property. Now, if my loved one, like one of my parents passed, and I live out of town, and they is in probate in another state, then I may not ever want to come back to that state, and I may just don't want the property no more. So I don't mind putting the house on a contract for a feasible price that'll make it move fast. So I won't have to worry about taxes. I don't want to worry about cutting the yard. I don't have to worry about painting it. I don't want to worry about doing no maintenance. I don't worry about doing nothing to it. I just want it done. I want done. I don't want that, right? So that's death, right? Then you have divorce. When people are married, unfortunately, they don't stay married, and they break up, and they don't want to keep a property that they have memories in. They'd rather let it go. So there's divorce, right? They'll give it up. Some fight it for a long time over it, maybe for whatever reason, but some say, I just want out. I want to cut all ties and I want to be done. And both feel that way, and they let it go for a steep discount, right? Then you have diseases, right? You have people that have diseases that's terminal, and they say, you know what? I'd rather just give this property up and live my best life and sell it and just go travel the world. Right? Diseases. Then you got disasters, right? You got disasters. That's the other that we can talk about tonight. Disasters. You have Hurricane Katrina. You have the tsunamis. You have in California, you have the wildfires. All these disasters happen, and they just moving people away. A lot of folks moving from California to Las Vegas because of all the stuff that's going on in California. Maybe other reasons too, but that's one, right? So you have those. And those are some things. And I'll go one more, 5, debt. Some people are in bankruptcy and they got a debt that they need to relieve off their plate. And a house is probably one of the debts that they can relieve. Instead of letting it go foreclose, they want to get rid of it, let somebody else buy it in a short sale, or somebody buy it for a steep discount loan. They can take care of the mortgage. Boom, there you go. All right, so we're going to talk about some opportunities. So when we talk about opportunities, I already kind of touched base with you. You have so many opportunities out there with investors, right? You have people that like doing the wholesale strategies out there working. You have people that want to buy more property. So you got buyers out there. So somebody that's finding the deals, and you have somebody that want to buy the deals. So those are all opportunities, right? Then you also have for sale by owners, people that says, hey, I know more than a real estate agent. I would like to sell my own property. I don't need a real estate agent to do it. I got this. For sale by owners. Then when the market out there for 6 months later, a year later, and they saying, well, you know what? Maybe I just need to get rid of it for this price. And they don't understand the market, or they think they know the market. I don't know what reason, but for sale by owners. They just want to do it without a real estate agent. All right. Pre-foreclosures happen on a daily basis. Life happens. COVID-19 happened, and a lot of folks lost their jobs that they was able to afford their house with before COVID, pre-COVID, and then after COVID, they no longer have that job, and they no longer can get a job that can make the type of money they made at first. So now they're in a bind, right? Now, let's talk about some weaknesses, guys. The market right now, one of the weaknesses is high interest rates. Because the high interest rates are higher, people got to buy smaller houses in different neighborhoods that they was able to buy at first in a nice neighborhood. So what I'm saying is your spending power is lower. If more of your money that you have, if you got a $200,000 loan that you have out there, right? You have to buy a house within that means. And if the interest rate's up, the interest rate gonna eat up so much of that loan that you can't get the house you really want. All right, I hope that makes sense to you, because now you have to stay within the certain spending power of monthly notes. And if the interest, more of your money going toward the interest than going toward the house, you can't put that much money toward the principal unless you come with a ridiculous, a great down payment. Then you really got to stay within a certain type of house. Now your neighborhood's getting smaller. Now your supply and demand is smaller. If you got to stay down here, you can't buy this big old nice mansion that you would have liked to buy with the same money. Interest, you paying less toward interest, and you paying more toward principal if you had the lower interest rate. They can't do it. Now you got some things out there called hedge funds, right? You got folks that's bringing all the money together in one spot, and they go and buy a whole block, and then they making your money make money, and then they just giving you dividend payments. right? So those are threats out there. And if those threats coming in your community and your investment area, hey, they are taking up, you can't compete with them. That's a threat. They can't compete. So guess what? Shift over a couple blocks and get away from that area where they invest in that. Shift over another lane, pick another zip code and start working over there. Because it's abundance out here. That could be a threat, right? The market changing. The market went from people paying over 20 grand over a property to now the buyer and the buyer got to pay and the seller got to pay, or the buyer got to pay the seller closing costs and everything now. First, the seller is got to pay some closing costs, right? At first, it was like the buyer paying everything plus all closing costs. Market has changed now. Market has changed now, right? And the most important thing I'm going to say for the threats is fear of failure. You are your limiting beliefs and your fear of failure, the fear that I can't do it, or I don't know, or I don't want to be wrong, or I don't want to make mistakes, all this different stuff. That's your biggest weakness out of all those threats is you and your thought process, right? All right, so this sound good so far. What I've told you is, hey, we have a program right now. If you get on my calendar, then you can do just this, get a coaching call with myself. We make sure we're a good fix after I find out what exactly you're trying to do and what you want to do and what you desire to do. Let's find out if you're a good fix and let's come up with a plan and path for you. And here's your plan and path, right? Here's your plan and path. We teach you wholesaling. We give you time through the week to get on our schedule, extra time for support. We help you with generating leads and tell you where to go find leads at. Then you come back and you acquire properties and put housing on a contract. We help you with closing the process, telling you and guiding the process. And then everybody happy at the end because everybody got paid. Right? Everybody got paid. Everybody got some money. And that's what we want to do, is do that with you once, twice, 10, 15, 20, infinity. We want to help you with that process up front, and then you can be able to do it over and over again, infinity. Now, a little bit, I told you already about me, so I'm not going to hit this too hard. The most important thing I would like to let you know is that we do have a podcast, Retire in 10. I do have a book out there. I got 2 books out there as well. Invest Now, Why Wait to Be Great, Invest Now and Grow Your Future, and Matthias the Ego, Achieving It All. We got several programs, and I got lovely 4 boys, right? The program is 7 weeks long if you decide to do the fix and flip. So the first thing we do is we try and show you how to wholesale first. We give you all the steps to go out there and find the properties yourself. And if you want to fix and flip it and keep it, and then we give you the steps by step on what to do, right? Step by step what to do. So you get both programs in one with this program. And we definitely would love to help you out with that. So the strategy is first to find a property and put it in a contract for the right price. If you put a house on a contract for the right price, you just made money, baby. You just made money. Right now, after that, if you so much equity in there and you got it in a contract at the right price, you may want to flip it over to somebody and flip the contract over to somebody. If you decide to keep it, then you go ahead and do the repair work, and we help you with scope of work, teach you everything you need to do to repair that house in a timely manner and keep people on task and get over that fact that I don't know what to tell this person, I don't know what to tell that person, I don't know how to get bids. All that is what we teach you: how to get bids, how to find folks to work on your property, how to vet the people that work on your property, and then get it done so it can get done in a timely manner, and how to hold them accountable. So we would like to partner with you by doing JVs, joint ventures, and when we work with you side by side and split deals, right? And make some money by splitting profits. Then we like to teach you how to talk to other investors and call other investors and what to say, when to say, and what to look for if they're a true vetted investor or if they just learning just like you're learning, right? We'll get you past all that. We'll give you a strategy call. So on that strategy call, we can get to know each other and see if we're a good fix for each other. And then after you're in the program, you'll have strategy calls where we go one-on-one as well and group coaching as well. So we got Facebook group out there. Why Wait to Be Great, right? That's a Facebook group. 5-Figure Formula, that's a Facebook group. And Invest Now 2021. We want you to go there and be a part of our communities so we can help you out. 5-Figure Formula Facebook community. Please get there now and absolutely go to Amazon. Why Wait to Be Great, Invest Now, Grow Your Future. Why Wait to Be Great, Matthias the Eagle, Achieving It All. Definitely would love for you to get both of those books. All right, so how do you think you feel right now after completing your first deal? How would you feel after completing your first deal? Imagine you going in a room, sitting down at a table or virtually, whichever way you're going to do it, and you basically assemble the buyer, seller, attorney to do this transaction, and you get a check. That's really it. How you think you'd feel if you did that 5 days a week, 30 minutes a day, 30 days? Now all of a sudden you got a check coming in. Guys, you 1,800 minutes away. So that's all I'm asking you to do is just think about how you feel after you make that money. First check. Again, this is the most important thing, the fix and flip, because Thursday is my fix and flip class. This is about me presenting you how to get it done. 7 weeks, that's the step. That's what you get with our program at night. Get on my schedule. Go to investingnow2021.com. Our website is out there. Go to the link. Get on our coach. Get on my schedule for a coach. Book. If you buy my audiobook version, you'll automatically get it. That's audiobook, investing.com, audiobook. That's how you get that. You download the book, learn how to make your money make money, learn from my strengths, my weaknesses, and me setting the presence for you on those calls and on that phone, on that book, the audiobook version. And at the same time, you get a free coaching call as well. And let's work some deals together. These are our hyperlinks for Williams Realities. If you go to Williams Reality YouTube, all these out there. My first deal when I first did it. Guys, and I did that in less than a month. Less than I sold a house in 1 weekend. 1 weekend. I got the contract flipped. Again, I said audiobook. Oh, I said it wrong. Audiobook.investingnow2021. I hope that may not be there. That may not be it. But you get free. Maybe investingnow2021.audio/audiobook. I don't know. I can't remember. But if you go to my website, you can get it from there. So I do thank you for getting on the call tonight. I do thank you for listening to me. I'm sorry that I didn't update that piece to make sure I knew that audiobook version of it is. It looked a little different. But nonetheless, Coach T, the reason why I'm dressed up, I just came from a networking event. And in that networking event, I basically met a lot of smart and important people that I had great conversation with, and I enjoyed them a lot. Met real estate investors, met people that like to fix on houses and repair houses. And I guess it is the right link there. Audiobook.investingnow2021.com. So met IT personnel. I met a lot of folks, guys. So it was a great meeting. Small Business Association sponsored the event. It's for the VBOC, the Veteran Business Outreach Center, or the Business Organization Center. I think it's the Outreach Center. I just came from that because I'm a vet. And I'm telling you, I met so many people. So if you're not networking, go to networking event. I don't care if you're not sending nobody, just go and show up. They may come talk to you. But that's how I meet several people. And that's how I meet a lot of my new buyers, a lot of my different people that want to find deals. They can't find deals. So now I use the mentees in my program, our coaching program, to help find deals for these investors, and they get paid. I go find a buyer, they find the deals. I find more buyers at those calls. So I'm definitely encouraging you to go out there and go and meet with new people on a daily basis. Make it your challenge to meet somebody new every day and tell them what you're interested in doing. Tell them. Don't be afraid to tell them, guys. I know so many people out there got so many ideas on. You should not share your thoughts, your dream, your vision with people. And I say this, a life of abundance. It's a life of abundance. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. Inspire, motivate, encourage. I try my best to be my best. And I do unto others, I will have them do unto. Guys, if you have that mentality on a daily basis, you can make a difference in your life, other people's life, and the lives that come after them, and that lives that come after you. Be the difference. Be the positive difference. Be the difference. So thank you again for attending. I hope this helped you and served you. I do have several screens, and looking forward to serving you in the future. I hope that did share. All right. Have a good night.